So this day went out of hand. The sharks were crazy, the fish was great. So I'm gonna take you through the entire story from beginning to feast. So let's go. We found a canal where we could get out from and swim out to the open waters. Murky water in the beginning. We do some aspetto because we see snappers around. You can see here I'm laying between the kelp. You can see some of the snappers coming in, but they're just too small. We don't want to deal with them. So we go a little bit further out again and do aspetto. And I look to my left, I look to my right, and all of a sudden I can feel something above me. And this shark just swims right over me. That was gnarly. And now the sharks showed they were here, and this was only the beginning. We go further out, we do some more diving, the current is picking up. We wanted to reach the point just before the current was too high. You want current, I mean we want to find a kingfish, and they hunt where there's current because that's where there's bait. So we reach the pressure point and Stefan does a dive. He dives down around 10-15 meters, lays a speedhole, grabs some kelp, looks around to the right, looks to the left, and here they come. Two beautiful fish. And Stefan quickly takes the one he finds to be the better one and fishes on. I quickly swim over to Stefan to see if I can help him out. Do you need a second shot? Is there any sharks to be wary about? The fish doesn't need a second shot, so I just look for sharks and follow Stefan over to a cliff.
Fuck, den flot, mand. Over vandet med den. Wow.
I also help him dispatch the fish, and we think it's dead now. So Stefan is about to enter some cliffs to get it all sorted, the spear and everything, and the fish just comes to life and just splashes completely crazy. Yeah, and this is really not ideal because that's a signal for the sharks. There's action here. These vibrations is just luring in the sharks. But we get it all sorted, and while me and Stefan is up on the cliff, Frederik is laying down there, and we can just hear him just like trying to poke away the sharks because they get wilder and wilder.
Frederik er på high duty.
The situation is really not good, but we jump in again, and for some reason I decide to do another dive. I go down, I don't really see any good fish, I see some rays, it was quite beautiful actually. I go up to the surface again, and now I'm just 10 meters away from Frederik and Stefan, and this shark just comes in firing up to me, and I poke it quickly with my spear gun so that my spear is actually like sort of getting out of the tip, and the line gets all messy, so I have to redo this. And while I sit there redoing my spear gun, all of a sudden I just feel a big hit on my side, and I think this is Stefan or Frederik, but I look back and it's just this shark trying to investigate me. And I'm trying to turn on my camera again, and I feel one more. There's two sharks, and this is just where you see it. Right after they're bumping into me, how they're just hammering around, and one of them actually swam underneath my shooting line. I went from fight to flight. I need to get out of here. I'm a bit panicky, which is not really helping anything, but I jump up on the cliffs and my heart is racing. This is not funny. They really broke a barrier there. Like becoming physical, I did not expect that. Stefan and Frederik also jumps on the cliffs, and we decide that we need to cool down a little bit, sort everything up, and follow together all the way into shore in safety. Just when Stefan jumps back into the water, he sees two sharks that he has to poke away. But we are staying close, 2-3 meters apart, and the sharks actually stops being that aggressive, but they stay around for a while. We get in safely, and we're just happy that no one got hurt, and also we got to keep the kingfish. And it was a beautiful fish. Man, such a great fish, and we really learned we learned something this day. I shouldn't have taken another dive after Frederik had seen the sharks getting fired up, and I also shouldn't have panicked that much. So I think it was a good learning experience. Vi overlevede. Kan du lige hurtigt fortælle, hvordan du fangede den?
Jamen, jeg dykkede ned på en 10 meter, hvor der var rimelig meget strøm. Og så prøver jeg på at lægge efter snapper. Men de kommer ikke rigtig ind, og jeg ligger lidt og kigger efter noget andet. Og så kigger jeg lige op efter hajer, og så kommer de to her ind. Og så valgte jeg at skyde den mindre af dem, fordi den første, den choker jeg lidt på.
After this, we take some days off from diving. I don't think we need any spearing right now. We drink some beers in the sun and just cool off. Then Blair, our buddy, calls us up and says, guys, I'll take you out on our boat. It's much easier. When the shark comes, you just jump in. So he takes us out on a spot where it should be good for kingfish and snapper. So we go in the water, and the first thing I see is a bloody shark coming in.
Oh, already, shark already, right here.
Yeah, it's just sitting in my skin, all these sharks, so I'm not diving good this day. I do see kingfish, but again, so together with sharks. Am I gonna shoot now a kingfish while there's a shark? Hell no, I'm not ready for it. So what happens next? I do an espeto, and a really good butterfish presents itself. This could have been an easy target. A beautiful fish, I've heard. We haven't tried it yet. We really want to try it. But if I'm going to shoot my spear gun today, it's going to be on a big kingy or a snapper. Speaking of snapper, Frederik takes a dive, and while he's laying there on the bottom, you see how calm he is when he sees a snapper coming in. And he's just waiting, and he takes the shot right at the perfect time, hits the snapper beautifully, swims over to the snapper, but a little bit rushed, he pulls the spear, and the flopper hadn't engaged. This is the worst feeling ever. I'm not sure what happened. Could be poor maintenance, not having a tuned flopper. Frederik was just so sad that he lost this beautiful fish. After this, we went out to a pinnacle where, just as we jump in, we see small kingies coming in. Okay, good sign, there's life here. And yeah, a lot of bait fish, a lot of different species, big drumfish out in the back. They don't take anything, but Stefan sees a wrasse. Now, in some countries you eat wrasse. He's a little bit confused. He hadn't seen this specific wrasse before, and he decides to take it. Should he have done that? I'm not sure, but actually a kingfish comes in to investigate. He calls me in. I go over because I hear him saying there's a kingfish.
Michael, skynd dig herover, kingy. Jeg har skudt en fisk.
So I dive down, see his fish, look for the kingfish, which is not there anymore. But of course, what comes in? Yep, our good buddy, the shark, the bronze whaler. So I'm just gonna fight that shark, poke it away so Stefan can secure his fish. Only one fish in the boat. Actually a little bit embarrassing thinking about 3 Danish spearos coming here to New Zealand on a boat and not really catching anything. That's how it is sometimes. Blair was a really good sport, and he took us back home at his place, where we did a barbecue of the kingfish we got the other day.
Oh yeah! Oh, we're gonna swap.
We did some sashimi as well. Blair had some marlin that was smoked. Beautiful, that was really beautiful fish. And we had some kawa drink. So a great experience, so thank you so much for that, Blair. That's all I have for this video today. I really hope you liked it, and if you did, remember to leave a comment. Also, if you have some tips for how you would like this format to evolve in the future. This is new for me doing this in English, so please let me know. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna leave you with some footage of where I am right now actually. This is a Tongariro Alpine crossing where we're gonna do the 20 kilometers hike tomorrow. I hope there's gonna be some beautiful scenery, so I think I'm just gonna leave you with some footage of that. See you in the next video. Bye bye.